I've watched you on Ghost, and I've watched you on other TV shows. Before we get to that, how you feeling about Comic-Con this week?
Special, bro. These are the fans who are evangelists. I should say evangelists, but like true believers in not only all we're doing in terms of the shows and the films that we're presenting here, but just true believers in their own freedom, whatever that is. Their own freedom to dress whatever way they want to feel whatever way they want to. And such a diverse group of fans. That's been really rewarding for me to watch a bunch of different looking fans.
You know, Michael Rainey Jr. has been killing it as Tariq, especially on his own spinoff. How you feeling about all this coming after Ghost's death?
I'm very proud, man. I can't be anything but proud. Like all the things that me and the team helped build, right? All these spinoffs, what we aided stars at becoming. Obviously, shout outs to all the producers and the crew and all of my incredible castmates. Incredible to have 4 spinoffs, and I think a 5th one is being talked about. So, pretty special, man.
Speaking of that spinoff, who do you want to see play as Young Ghost?
I don't know, because I got to get out there and look at some of the kids that are 14 and 15 years of age. So, you know, if they ask me to be a part of the casting process, then it'd be cool for me to maybe put some eyes on some folks. But right now, 14, 15-year-olds, maybe I don't necessarily know who's out there that could it's a big shoe to fill. And I'm talking about the character, not just in terms of, you know, me as an actor, but the character that Courtney put on page is pretty special. So we'll see.
And my final one for you, what is the most interesting thing you saw all week at Comic-Con?
Most interesting thing. Babies dressed up as babies dressed up, man. Mothers and fathers dressing their babies up in some of the coolest superhero outfits. Which, by the way, probably instills in them some confidence very early, dare I say. It's a week full of heroes, man, and I mean it when I say the fans are the heroes.
Can you imagine if a baby would dress up as Ghost? Terry, the last time I saw you was at Comic-Con a few years ago when you was on the Walking Dead spinoff.
Yes.
So before we get to all of what's going on this week, how was that experience for you to be around zombies and walkers?
Oh, it was amazing. I'm a big fan of that. Ever since I saw Night of the Living Dead, I'm a big fan of because it was one of the first black heroes in sci-fi horror that, you know, really changed the game. George A. Romero, and to be in that sci-fi, you know, with that Walker world, The Walking Dead is just classic. But see, what's so wonderful is that every time I come to Comic-Con, it's for a new discipline. I mean, first it was Expendables, then we came back for Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and then Walking Dead, and now it's Everybody Still Hates Chris. And I'm just happy to be invited back to Comic-Con again and again, and the range being on different things, comedy, horror, action. This is what Comic-Con is all about, and I want to tick all the boxes.
How'd it feel for you to see him do all that in that show?
Oh, wow. You know, honestly, I've always thought Terry was a great dramatic actor. He loves being funny, but my favorite role that I've seen him in the drama was Badass. He played this character that's completely unlike himself, and he disappeared into this role. And so I've been trying to get him to go a little serious for a long time. I'm very proud of him for taking that risk. He didn't go to school to be an actor. He jumped in. And I think he's doing really amazing.
Now let's go to the sequel to Everybody Hates Chris. Everybody Still Hates Chris. And this one's animation this time. So what got you back to the mindset of playing the character you previously played?
Well, first of all, it's a classic. You got people who grew up on Everybody Hates Chris. I got grown men and women walking up to me and like, hey, man, I grew up watching that show. And you're like, I'm that old? And the fact that you get a chance now to redo it in a new way with Chris Rock and Tashina Arnold, let me tell you, I couldn't pass it up. And then Sanjay Shah, who was our showrunner, respect and keeps the integrity of the show. And it's basically where the show left off, but animated, which I love. Because I didn't want to do something that was not as good quality as the first show. And it's amazing. Amazing.
I'm looking forward to it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.
How are you? Oh, I'm right over here. How are you doing today?
I'm good. Are we going to work this? Are we working this camera? Well, why don't you get into your own shot a little bit better? There you go.
All right.
Show.
Oh, you're the guest.
Sure.
How are you feeling about Comic-Con, especially since Borderlands is coming out soon? I played the video game a decade ago,
Did
too.
you?
Yes,
Okay.
I did. So how are you feeling about all of this?
Did you play the DLCs? Did you kill Commander Knox in a fiery death? I didn't say Commander. I meant General Knox. You killed General Knox. That's very sad because that's my dad. That's sad for me. But we'll let that go. I mean, it's been really cool. You know, I've been a part of plenty of things that didn't have any kind of fandom attached at all, and you're like, oh, I hope people like it. You don't know if anyone will even show up on day one. So at least we know, like, a few people will show up on opening weekend, which would be nice. But I do hope that you do. I hope that everybody out there does as well. August 9, everywhere, IMAX. It's ready to be seen huge.
Now, what really stood out to you about the story for not only the franchise of the video game, but also for this movie?
Gosh, it's really got the wackiness of the universe, right? It's really bombastic. It jumped off the page in that way. And I mean, the truth is, like, the level of the cast is so stacked. Kate Blanchett was a part of this movie before I even heard about it, so, you know, I was like, oh, excuse me, Madam Kate Blanchett is a part of this. Okay, yes, I'll be there, yes.
Now, you had your panel earlier this week. You guys had a lot of fans in attendance, and you got to speak with everybody. So how big of a deal was it for you to not only see the crowd and the fans of the game and the movie, but also be here at Comic-Con?
Well, we've had some really cool activations around town. It's the first Comic-Con that I've been to since before the fall of civilization. So I'm feeling pretty hopeful about America in general right now. So I don't know. It feels really nice. I would say hopeful. It feels nice right now. Yeah.
And my final one for you, what is the best costume you've seen all week?
Ooh. I saw this Aegon. Is that his name, Aegon? With the patch and the hair on a dragon with, like, the white silver hair. But the dragon was like a blow-up dragon, like a very silly sort of, his legs were the dragon legs kind of thing.
I saw that yesterday.
Then I saw two more people like that today. I was like, did they call each other? I hope they did. It was very cool, yeah.
Great to chat with you. Hope you enjoyed the event here.
Thank
I know
you.
it's very late out here now.
Yeah, but that's okay. It's okay. We're all going to have fun.
Yes, we are.
Take care.
You too. How's it going, Megan?
Thanks, how are you?
I'm doing good. You're looking great tonight.
Thank you so much, so do you. I love the stripe.
Thank you. That's the first time I've heard someone say that to me.
No, of course, anytime.
So we're back here at San Diego Comic-Con. How are you feeling, especially since we saw all the cosplay, all the people that showed up to your panel? How are you feeling?
It's honestly amazing. It's so nice to come back and to, like, re-see everyone who we saw 2 years ago, and just, like, to feel that wall of just, like, love in Hall H is just such a wonderful feeling. And just all the cosplay. It's just beautiful to see, like, the commitment and the love that everyone puts into this show, and, like, the characters. And, yeah, we can really feel it. It's really lovely.
What's the best costume you've seen this week?
Oh, wow. Well, I think there was a Lego lass, like a Lego lass. Yeah, we had a fan signing, and it was pretty amazing.
Now, going to the second season of Lord of the Rings, how did you approach your character leading into the season?
Oh, wow. What a nice question. We had it's quite like it was important for me to have the good continuation between the journey from season 1 to season 2. So just making sure that the story made sense, but also, like, I feel like she's growing, and it's important to see her growth.
What are some tough scenes you had to deal with when it comes to making sure they're right, making sure it goes along with the story?
Oh, wow. I mean, we filmed a lot in Tenerife, and as beautiful as it was also a very difficult location. I mean, I didn't have to carry any equipment, so I don't imagine what any of, like, the grips and camera crew had to do, but there was sort of, I mean, none of the scenes were difficult, I would say, but it was more sort of, in those locations, the loos are about a 20-minute walk away. So you had to really just sort of hike in order to get there. So that was an interesting experience.
Thank you so much for your time, Megan. Hope you enjoyed the event. And again, you're looking great.
Thank you so much. Lovely to see you.
This week is San Diego Comic-Con. You've been here for the whole week already. What are some of the most interesting things you've seen?
Honestly, I did not expect anything of this scale. I couldn't believe the amount of amazing things I've seen where all the stalls were displayed, and a lot of people dressed in the most amazing costume. The amount of enthusiasm, it's like a vibrant, childish, big fair full of life. It was really happy to be here. I'm so happy.
And I can tell you you're also happy because Those Are About to Die is coming up soon. Y'all had a big panel at San Diego Comic-Con this week. Spoke with a lot of the media. How are you feeling?
I'm very excited. I think the launch of the show has been amazing, has been on Peacock since the 18th of July, and seeing like the Circus Maximus rebuilt in the center of the Comic-Con and seeing the activation and the trailer, and it has been amazing. The fans are being fantastic, so I couldn't ask for more. It's been an amazing experience.
What about the setting really intrigued you when it came to not only your character development but also joining the show?
Well, obviously, Roland Emmerich was directing, which I've been a fan of his movie throughout my life, but also the scale of the project was unreal. They've rebuilt like the Colosseum, the Circus Maximus. I live in Rome, so I'm Italian, so I'm biased, obviously. For me, it was like a love letter to my city and to our country. So for me, it was like, a gift and a dream come true, being able to, play a Roman patrician woman in my own town with this amazing director and Anthony Hopkins in our cast. So, yeah, I couldn't ask for more.
And my final one for you, what were some episodes that really stood out to you?
I think the last episode is epic because of, I don't want to spoil for people who hasn't seen it, but like a lot of things happens. And the 5th episode, there's like an historical event that is very explosive, and I think the scale and how it looks like on the screen is absolutely unreal. It's like seeing cinema on television. Like Emmerich is like so giant and visionary in what he does, so it's so much fun to watch the show. I love every episode, so for me it's hard to tell, but the 5th and the last one are probably my favorite.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thank you. Oh my goodness me. The great Scorpus. Come on, darling. This guy is a pistol. He's the best.
Do you have a response to that?
I leave you guys talk.
Okay. Have I kicked? I'm sorry. Have I just kicked you out of the interview?
Oh no, you're good. You're good.
Okay. All right.
So, how are you feeling this today about San Diego Comic-Con, especially since all of you are out here, got shows to promote, meeting all the fans? How are you feeling?
Great. I mean, it's super exciting. When you start out as an actor, you just hope that you get work, that someone pays you to work. And so, being here on a job like this, in a place like this, at an event like this, it's amazing. Yeah, it's really amazing. And I'm sure you're going to meet all the cast here. They're a great bunch, and so it's been nice just hanging out with them again. Yeah.
Now, I was speaking with some of the other cast members already about episodes that stood out to them for this show. How about you?
Ooh, I really like sort of the middle part of the series. I don't remember specific episodes. I think when it comes to sort of the stuff with the chariot racing, obviously, which is where my characters, a lot of his storylines are, I think as the later races come about and we know more about the athletes as individuals and the stakes, the personal stakes for them, and the personal beef between the drivers, I think those races become more and more compelling. The first race is maybe a little more just a sports event, as the audience don't know much about them. So the later races, I think, with all the stakes so high, are the most fun.
Can you give me some BTS details on all those planning when it comes to the races and everything? Because that looks very heavy.
I nearly died. Yeah, and this is no joke. I was doing a scene where I was on the chariot and I had to hold the reins with one hand and wave at the crowd. And one of the horses was startled and just started running. And as I attempted to slow it down, the other 3 horses, because it's like a 4-horse chariot, they all started running. And 4 Hungarian stunt horses running full power on Circus Maximus is the most insane feeling. And because there's 4 of them, they won't turn, they'll just run straight. So as we're approaching the corner, I had to sort of use every ounce of my strength to make the turn. It was scary. I was genuinely in my head going, don't die and don't kill any horses. But we'd done enough training that I managed to pull it off, yeah.
Thank you so much for your time today.
Cheers.
Welcome.
Thanks,
nice
man.
to meet you.
Good to meet you.
Asking everybody about Comic-Con. This may be your first time here at San Diego Comic-Con. So how are you feeling seeing all the costumes, people at your panel watching it? How are you feeling?
Man, it's mental. It's not only my first time at Comic-Con, but it's kind of my first time in America. Everything's blooming big here and overwhelming and very, very cool. It's a really, really nice place. It's got a great vibe in there.
Do you have any preconceived thoughts about America prior to coming here?
I mean, to be honest with you, I got off the plane at LAX, and it's exactly what you expect it to be like, because I've grown up my entire life watching it on TV. It's kind of like walking around a video game.
Video game? You like video games?
I'm not as much of a gamer as I should be, but I dabble.
I was also asking everybody else episodes that stood out to them for this upcoming season. How about you? What stood out to you?
Which are my favourite episodes? I mean, to be honest with you, the episode 10. Episode 10, I was looking forward to filming for a long time, and by that point I felt like we were really hitting our stride. Obviously, it was the last episode, but I think it's a beautiful conclusion to the show. It's really nice.
Now, my last one for you. Being that you saw all those battles with the horses and the races, did it make you feel like you want to go back to those times and try to do that in real life?
I mean, people always say, if I could go back in time, I'd go to see the Roman Empire, go and do it. I'd be like, keep me away from that. It's way too dangerous, man. I'm blooming intense, to be honest with you. So no, I'm keeping well clear.
Thank you so much for your time.
A pleasure, man.
Good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.